Hello, this is Smizlaw the Slayer. I'm going to be doing a live Blitz chess game commentary. Going to the queen pawn opening and knight to c6. I like to play bishop to f4 and e3 and go into what I think is called the London system. The reason I do this is because the best response usually to this sort of system is to play c5. And with knight c6, c5 is no longer possible. Excuse me. So now we got bishop to f5. And this can cause me some troubles to a certain degree. One thing I might want to keep in mind is to attack these light squares over here, which the bishop is now not defending. I also don't want to lose too much time thinking about things this early in the game, so I'm going to go ahead and play a3. The idea behind this is that I can play knight or c4 without having to worry about knight to b4. So c4, knight c3, maybe bishop to d3, maybe bishop to e2. But c4 next, knight to c3 after that. Okay, knight to c3. Now bishop to b4 is also prevented, which is nice. I'm not sure if a3 is the best move in that position, but it might be a little slow, but it's a blitz game, so I'm not too worried about those kinds of things really. Even if it is slow, I'm not sure if it's if that's going to be that big of a deal. Okay, now he's got a double pawns on the e file. His light square bishop is blocked in. And I have nice central control, which is going to be difficult for black to undermine. So things are looking pretty good, but it will be a little bit difficult for me to attack his kingside position. So I might want to try to think of other ways to attack the black position. Possibly this b7 pawn. By queen to b3. I think in this position, though, I'll just play bishop to e2. It's pretty much the only spot the bishop can go to. So I might as well do it now before making any committal moves, and I can check out what black's next move is before I kind of make any more longer-term plans. b4, b5 is another idea, just to advance on the queen's side, bump this knight over here. I'm not sure if that's that good, though, because honestly, the knight might be better placed over here. So you generally don't want to push back a piece that is already poorly placed. Just leave it alone. I do that a lot, though. A lot of times it's just an impulse, I guess. You see something where you can, I can like push his piece back or attack his piece and force him to do something, so I'll do it. But those moves a lot of times leave you actually worse off positionally than your opponent. And so it like looks like you're attacking, but you're actually just improving his position and making your position worse. It's just a common psychological thing I think a lot of chess players fall into. So he's taking a lot of time here. Honestly, it makes sense because I don't really see too many good plans for him, which is excellent for me. I'm thinking probably, honestly, knight to e7, rook to c8, maybe knight to b8, or rook to c8, knight to b8, and then push this c5 pawn. He really should try to undermine this center of mine at some stage. Another thing I'm thinking is queen to c2 and just take this pawn. Knight takes e4. That might be pretty solid. I'm a little worried because after knight to e4, he'll have the bishop pinning my knight to my queen. I hope he hasn't left, but he'll have his bishop pinning the knight to my queen. But I think I'll have enough time to play bishop to d3, and so that won't really amount to anything. Again, this a3 pawn move is actually pretty helpful there because with a queen on c2 and a bishop on d3, knight to b4 is a very common sort of problem you'd have to deal with. Okay, so he hasn't moved in quite a while. That's unfortunate, but I hope he hasn't disconnected. Though actually, for this game, a disconnection will count as a forfeit. I hope I haven't disconnected. That would be terrible. I may have disconnected. Sometimes when I run the recording software and stuff for the video and the audio, I think it just my computer screws it up. So I have disconnected in the game before because of that. But hopefully that's not the case. Not what happened here. All right, so I'm just gonna take a little sip of coffee. Very excellent, good coffee. And there's not a whole lot left to talk about for the game. I'm not really sure what I had to talk about other than the game either. Nothing to cool. Oh, actually, no. I have a chess blog actually. I don't know if any. It's on the link is on my channel page, and I don't put too much stuff on there. Usually, it's just that I put a tactic of the day that I like to do, and then um, that's pretty much it for most days. But the U.S. Chess League is about to begin. It actually begins tomorrow. Um, and the Philadelphia Inventors are going to be playing. I actually don't remember who. I think it's New Jersey, but I'm not sure. And that starts at 7, and I'm going to try to do some stuff for that. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. I mean, I'll just chess stuff, I imagine, since it's a chess league. But just go over the games and kind of just look at it. I hope to look at it more from a fan perspective as opposed to just like learning to play chess and improving your chess perspective. I think like chess is a pretty fun game, and I think people can get too involved in like improving your game as opposed to just sort of enjoying yourself. So okay, now he forfeited on time. Yep. So it wasn't me that disconnected. That's excellent. Unfortunately, this wasn't a very exciting game, especially, we only got to move 12. But, I mean, we went over the London opening. I guess I can go over that a little bit. See, after knight c6, the bishop to f4. And the whole idea is that he can't play c5. So this move is good. Now, as you might know from my other videos, I actually play the Shigorin. So I don't usually like to play c4 in this position because then it's sort of like where you're playing against yourself. And I don't know, it's psychological, I guess. You don't ever want to defeat your own opening, so that's another nice thing about bishop to f4. And then it's pretty simple development, and you get away with slower moves like a3 because he can't play c5. He really has no way of attacking your center, so you can just get away with a lot of things that in the more normal openings you simply just can't get away with because your opponent has counterattacking potential. You can't play slow moves like that. I mean, it might not be the best move in this position, but it's pretty solid. It's like easy, which is nice for Blitz especially. And then you just have really simple, straightforward development. And and especially if he captures like this, if he actually captures the knight with his pawn, then his bishop gets messed up. He can't really attack the center at all, and you can just sort of play on the queen side, or even try to play g4 maybe, g5 just to open up this h file. I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do, and he doesn't really have too many effective plans. Probably knight to e7 and c5 is his best bet, but I mean, that's kind of slow. So that's pretty much a wrap for this game. Too bad it wasn't a full game, but oh well. That's the way things go sometimes. So, thanks for watching.